Road's radio show. Justin Brazell hanging out with you here at the world's largest honky tonk, Billy Bob's, Texas. And come October 7th through the 15th, Sam Riggs and a bunch of others being loaded up on the airplane, headed over to London, England for 9 days. We call it the Texas Music Takeover. We want you to come go with us. You can go online right now, txrdr.com. And if you scroll about 3/4 of the way down, you'll see a little entry form. Real simple. Enter your information, and you are registered to win a trip for two to come with us on the Texas Music Takeover for free, October 7th through the 15th. So txrdr.com, you'll see the link right there. It's not even a link. You just scroll down and you'll find it. And we'll make that announcement next Sunday right here on the program. We'll draw our winner, and that person will be headed to London with us for the Texas Music Takeover. Thanks again to our friends at Here Fort Worth. Visit Fort Worth, all of our friends here at Billy Bob's, Texas, for helping us put on that program. We look forward to getting over. It's going to be a big time. If you want to go ahead and book your trip or at least get more information, you can go to texasmusictakeover.us. Thanks to our friends at Jag Metals LLC and Colorado High Vodka for bringing you the Texas Red Dirt Roads radio show each week. If you would, Billy Bob's, Texas, say hello again to Corey Kent White, Ross Cooper, Tom O'Connor, and William Clark Green. You cannot have any off-air conversations when we're actually on the air.
That wasn't FCC certified.
Oh, was it? No. It was not? Wouldn't be the first time. Probably won't be the last time.
Oh,
not for you.
Over there.
Not for you. No.
Oh,
well, buddy,
dear.
congratulations again on the #1 album this past weekend. They're on the iTunes chart. It's great. It's got to feel good.
Definitely feels good.
Yep. Now, other than these three, were there other folks that you wrote with on this album that you want to shout out to?
One of my favorite songs, I think I'm about to play next, I wrote with Trent Willman, who does a lot of Cody Johnson stuff, also produces for Cody Johnson, and a guy named Jay Clemente, who's a good friend of mine up there. And I wrote this song. I guess I'll just go ahead and play it.
Yeah,
it's called She Loves Horses. I had this idea for a long time, and it's always like a songwriter when you have an idea and you have it in your mind for a long time, and you finally write it, and it turns out great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good feeling. The worst feeling is when you write it, have an idea and you keep it for a long time and you finally write it and it's not good.
Right.
That's like the worst feeling because you wasted all this energy for a year thinking about it, processing it, and it just sucks.
Didn't come out the way you wanted it to come out, right?
She blew in like a thunderstorm rolling across the plains. She's lightning, wind, sunshine, fire, and rain. And then she's gone, and I don't know what it is about her heart that speaks to mine. Makes me think another place, another time, we'd have it all. She loves horses, wide open, running wild, that's where her heart is. She let me hold on for a while, I won't try to change her, there's no way to tame her. She loves horses. And I can see her now, windows down, chasing that damn rodeo. And what I give to be the fire burning deep inside her soul. And I know she loves horses, wide open, running wild, that's where her heart is. Let me hold on for a while, I won't try to change her, there's no way to tame her. She loves horses. She loves horses, wide open, running wild, that's where her heart is. She let me hold on for a while, I won't try to change her, there's no way to tame her. She loves horses, yeah. She loves horses. She loves horses. She blew in like a thunderstorm rolling across the plains. She's lightning, wind, sunshine, fire, and rain. And then she's gone.
It's William Clark Green.
Thank y'all.
She Loves Horses, Hebert Island. WilliamClarkGreen.com. Ross, I saw you sit straight up and sing along with that one right there. Ross,
He's in it.
he's over there talking to Corey.
He's like a
One of them off-air
he's like a squirrel. You
conversations.
never know where he's
You
at.
never know. I said, I saw you sit straight up and sing along with William right there. I guess that one's got the cowboy stamp of approval.
It's a great song. It's a songwriter stamp of approval. That song, we were just talking about the first time that we had heard that song.
Yeah.
And I was like, we talked about it. I was like, your first dang Nashville cut is going to be a George Strait cut, because he could cut that song tomorrow, and then he has the 2 #1 records back to back in the country. You know,
Right.
but it's to me, it's that good of a song. I love that song. I wish I would have had a hand in writing it.
It wouldn't hurt your feelings to have a George Strait cut, would it?
Jorge, if you're listening, is he an avid listener
Right.
to TXRDR?
Call me. Yeah.
He's cutting.
Yeah, we got an
No, I
affiliate
did-
down there in, around San Antonio way. He might. Be
Yeah, I
listening.
mean, I think as a songwriter, it's so funny when like you're in an Uber or something like that, and someone's like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm a songwriter." I'm like, "Oh, really? Well, who's cut your songs?" Well,
Me?
me. Oh, so you're a performer too? Well, yeah, but I'm a songwriter. Like,
Right.
I think a cut like that. I mean, like John Bauman just got a Kenny Chesney cut. I don't care if you don't like Kenny Chesney or not. It's still a huge deal. It's
Amen,
a
it is.
big deal. I mean,
Right.
to have he wrote the song by himself, no publishing company. How the hell did Kenny Chesney even find the song? Like, it's just, it's the golden goose. Am I wrong? I mean, it's the golden goose.
No.
I mean, everybody would love to have that. I mean, Ross had a hold. I really hope you play that song while I'm here. He has a song called "That's All She Wrote," and he wrote it with Benji Davis, who is my producer on this album. I also wrote Next Big Thing with him and Hebert Island with them. But he had a Tim McGraw hold. When a hold is an artist likes your song,
Yeah.
and he reserves it to possibly record.
Right.
And they hold songs a lot, but it's still a big deal too. And I remember we went out and celebrated that night, and we found out. We celebrated really hard on that one.
And then it didn't happen. We had to celebrate that it happened in the first place.
But it's a big deal. Just the fact that you're writing songs of that caliber, someone is looking at them, even just listening to them, and maybe like, yeah, I could see myself cutting that song.
Right.
That's a songwriter's dream. you know?
Tom O'Connor sitting right there next to you. Have you ever gotten close? Have you ever had a hold or somebody say,
I've had a couple too, but
yeah?
they didn't come through. So
Who's that?
What was that song you wrote recently?
we had a Tyler Farr one briefly,
Yeah.
which was actually the first song that I played today. We had, believe it or not, I had a Kelly Clarkson one when I first moved to town.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hometown girl there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right. Well, you got a fantastic record of your own.
Well, thank you very much.
Everybody can run, pick up. Y'all check out Tom O'Connor. You can find him online right here, TomO'ConnorMusic.com. Bad For You is the album. Let's play one, man.
All right, we'll play one from the record. This song here, I wrote with a Texas fellow by the name of Django Walker. Mm-hmm. We were sitting in the car one night, and Hal Ketchum came on the radio, and he was like, he just shook his head. He's like, man, they don't write songs like that anymore. And I was like, you know what? That's a title. We need to write that.
Right?
So he wrote that song, and that's what I'm gonna play for you.
Let's do it. Tom O'Connor right here on the Texas Red Dirt Roads Radio Show.
Well, I turned off the radio, picked up my guitar, and played some old country and songs by heart. From Waylon to Willie and Lefty to Jones. Man, they don't write songs like that anymore. Well, they say I'm an old soul, just carrying on. This old-time tradition and good old country songs. A walk in the bass line and four on the floor. Man, they don't write songs like that anymore. Well, songs about heartache, hard-working folks, and how to relate to being busted and broke, crying, steal three chords and the truth, and drinking whiskey to drown out the blues. Well, nothing's for certain, but one thing's for sure. They don't write songs like that anymore. So you got yourself a banjo, some boots and blue jeans. You say that you're country, but that ain't what it means. It's about paying respect to the ones that came before. I guess they don't write songs like that anymore. Well, songs about heartache, hard-working folks, and how to relate to being busted and broke, crying, steal three chords and a truth, and drinking whiskey to drown out the blues. Well, nothing's for certain, but one thing's for sure. They don't write songs like that anymore. Well, songs about heartache, hard-working folks, and how to relate to being busted and broke, crying, steal three chords and a truth, and drinking whiskey to drown out the blues. Well, nothing's for certain, but one thing's for sure. They don't write songs like that anymore. No, they don't write songs like that anymore.
It's Tom O'Connor, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. TomO'ConnorMusic.com. Bad for You is the album. Thank you, brother. Now, the question is, do they not write songs like that anymore, or do they not just get cut and played anymore?
I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great songs.
I would imagine there's
You know, it's
probably...
funny, being in Nashville, like, and you hear all this stuff that a lot of these writers are writing every day, and stuff that gets turned in, and it's like, there's some incredible songs that you'll never hear.
Right, I can imagine.
So many.
I can only imagine the 4 notebooks that must be full of songs just here on this stage today of songs that we'll hear through your albums, you know, and with the spot you find yourself in right now, as long as somebody's willing to talk about them,
For sure.
you know, versus the songs that we actually get to hear. As songwriters there in Nashville, do you often find yourself leaning that direction to write a song like that for the chance at a cut, or are you just like, nope, this is what I write about, this is how I write, and if you like it, great, and if not, I'll make my own album?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. I mean, if I'm going to write something, I want to write it because I like it or because somebody else is passionate about it. I'm not going to chase what else is out there or do what else is
Amen.
there.
Love that.
It's going to be me, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to so in Texas we had this whole like anti-Nashville thing, which is what you hear on the radio. But what Tom just said, like some of the greatest songwriters on the planet. I mean, Chris Stapleton is one of them.
Amen.
I mean, I think everyone's a Chris Stapleton fan,
Yeah.
right? And there are some incredible songwriters in Nashville. Ross is one of them. Corey's one of them. Tom's one of them. But you know, they're not writing the songs you hear on the radio. They're just writing damn good music, and hopefully we're going to create an outlet for them, which is this whole show is about. You know, getting to the songwriters that matter. I mean, some phenomenal songwriters in Nashville, and a lot of them are from Texas and Oklahoma.
Right. I think what we're doing here today, and thanks to you, Will, for bringing these guys with you to show them off now, is proving to everyone that when you say the word Nashville, it's not necessarily the true definition of what everybody thinks it is. I mean, you're kind of seeing it here today. I mean, this is absolutely solid stuff that we're seeing right here. It's all being worked out of Nashville. But, man, it fits. Doesn't it fit? I'm telling you. Golly, I'm loving the fire out of it.
You know, kind of the reality of it is what you see out of Nashville is a very small tip of the iceberg.
Yep.
And a pendulum is swung in a direction where people are writing a lot of these songs. And there is a machine. There's a song machine, but it's a cyclical thing where that's why it hasn't changed for a while.
Yeah.
But for me personally, and I know for these guys too, there's a Isbell quote. That's there's a lot of cheeseburgers in town and nobody's forcing you to eat at McDonald's. And there's a lot of good burgers in that town, and you're not getting to eat a lot of them because you only see McDonald's sometimes. And,
Right.
That's part of it. But I like to put myself in rooms like with guys like these guys, because we're either going to write something that's really honest or we're not going to write anything at all. So
Amen.
that's what I want to do.
Well, you're proving it here today, and we're certainly grateful for it. Glad to have you boys up here with us today. Thank you so much for being here. William Clark Green, y'all. That's Tom O'Connor, Ross Cooper, and Corey Kent White down there on the end. We'll take a break. We'll come back, get another one from William, get one from Mr. Cooper down there on that end, too. From the Billy Bob's, Texas, all brought to you by our friends at Legal Draft Beer Company. And the Finolio Boot Company, by the way, somebody will walk out of here today with a brand new pair of Finolio boots. We'll tell you how to get registered when we come back. You're listening to the Texas Red Dirt Roads Radio Show. Y'all stick around.
365-24/7. Follow the Texas Red Dirt Roads online at txrdr.com.
When you put up a building, it's gotta be right with the walls and roofing.